It's my life.
Good day, I am Ryan Lopez from BSA2J, and today I will tackle about Latin square design. But first, I will introduce what is Latin square design. Latin square design has the capacity to simultaneously handle two known sources of variation among experimental units. It considers the sources as two independent blocking criteria rather than as only ones, such as in RCBD. The bidirection blocking in Latin square design, commonly referred to as row blocking and column blocking, is achieved by ensuring that every treatment has only once in each row block and once in each column block. This procedure makes it possible to assess variation among row blocks and among the column blocks, and to reduce the experimental error. And now we will go to the basic concept of Latin square design. The Latin square design requires that the number of experimental conditions equals the number of different labels. The same number of experimental runs as the number of treatment conditions is also used. The treatment conditions are labeled once using each labeled and sampled once under experimental run. And now we will go to the analysis of Latin square design. Latin square design analysis of variance. These functions calculates ANOVA for special three-factor design known as the Latin squares. The Latin square design applies when there are repeated exposure or treatments and two other factors. This design avoids the excessive numbers required for full tree ANOVA. And the next is experiment using Latin square design. The Latin square design is an extension of randomized complete block design and is employed when a researcher has two sources of extraneous variation in a research study that he or she wishes to control or eliminate. And lastly, we will tackle about the features of Latin square design. A Latin square design is the arrangement of these treatments, each one repeated t times. In such way, each treatment occurs exactly one time in each row and each column. In the design, we denote the Roman characters, the treatments. Therefore, the design is called the Latin square design.